are going to steal. Wait! I haven't told you what it is yet. Hey, Dave, listen up, please. Next, we are going to steal. Pause for effect.
The Caribbean Sea would be one physical feature that would be on Mars bar.
Huh? Do you? Hi, I'm Dory.
Hello, Dory.
And, well, I don't think I've ever eaten a fish.
Hi, that's incredible. Good on you, mate.
I'm glad I got that off my chest. Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you got to do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Dory, no singing.
Dory.
Hi, and welcome to the Caribbean Broadcast News.
I am Taylor Peterson with my assistant,
Emily Parent.
and we are brought to you by Mrs. Doomer.
Woo!
Yeah! The Caribbean Sea would bring in a lot of tourism for the sandy sandbars and the beautiful sunsets.
The Caribbean Sea would also provide food for all the countries on Mars, not only because of commercial fishing, but also because of the ease of transportation from port to port.
The Caribbean Sea is one of the deepest seas, which provides many homes for millions of animals.
The Caribbean Sea also consists of temperatures from 70 to mid-80 Fahrenheit. The water remains warm all year long, so it is perfect for sailing, swimming, and other activities.
Because of the weather, many different resorts would line the coast and a variety of jobs for several Martians. You would also have a constant supply of water.
Back to you, Olivia.
The Galapagos Islands would be the second physical feature in Mars bar. We are back with the Galapagos Islands on this newscast. I am Taylor Peterson and my assistant,
Emily Parent.
and we are sponsored by Mrs. Doomer once again.
Woo!
Yeah.
The Galapagos Islands are very important because they are extremely isolated. It is home to dozens of species of plants that cannot be found anywhere else.
There are even unique forms of plants, including cacti and at least 13 species of sunflower or daisy-like plants.
Oh my gosh, I just learned something new today.
Plants and organisms here would be endless supply for scientists and doctors to do research on and find new medicine and cures.
Back to you, first hour.
The Amazon rainforest would be the third physical feature that would be on Mars bar.
Say Polo!
Let's hope we find it before Kerchak does.
Maybe what?
Or maybe found something more interesting.
What are you, nuts? What could be more interesting than us? Hey, what's everybody looking at?
Welcome to our evening news. Our third topic is rainforest.
Once again, I'm Taylor Peterson with my lovely assistant,
Emily Parent.
and we are sponsored and brought to you by Mrs. Doomer once again.
Woo!
Yeah! The Amazon rainforest is in Brazil, but would be moved to the Mars bar. The savannas have flat terrain and moderate rainfall that makes it suitable for farmers to farm their crops. A lot of the land is undeveloped, but now encouraging people to build and find shade, and animals can find their food.
The large amount of green frost would supply animals, larger organisms, vast amounts of food and cover to protect them from larger animals.
Again, there would be a large amount of water supplies and a lot of scientists and doctors for all the unique plants they can use for medicine and cures.
The forests also provide over 20% of the world's oxygen.
And we need that to live.
Back to you.
The Andes Mountains would be the fourth and last physical feature on Mars bar.
For years, rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear. I'm gonna take this itty bitty world by storm, and I'm just getting warm. We're bringing Fluffy back, yeah. The penguins don't know.
We are bringing the news back. What? Our topic today is Andes Mountains featuring me, Taylor Peterson, with our lovely assistant,
Emily Parent.
and we have Mrs. Doomer once again to thank for everything. Yeah!
The Andes Mountains have an advantage because they are a great barrier to the movement and interior of the world, protect from foreign enemies.
The mountains would also have a fresh air as melted from the snow caps year-round.
The Andes Mountains would also give out mountain air with no pollution, just clean air.
Then you have the advantage of waking up to a beautiful view with gorgeous sunsets.
Below would also provide great flatlands to build houses and store open businesses.
And back to you once again. And that's a wrap today. Next time we'll see us on climate change and vegetation. Woo! Yeah. The Mediterranean would be the first type of climate for Mars bar.
Welcome back to another great broadcasting of the news.
Today is the weather section, and it is about climate in the Mediterranean. I am Taylor Peterson once again, and Emily Parent will be on the weather station.
The Mediterranean is a very mild climate. Really only has two seasons, summer and winter. Summer is much longer than the winters, and winter is much mild, not being very cold. The average high in June is 87 degrees. In December, the high is 55. Back to you, Taylor.
Thank you, Emily, for the weather. In the Mediterranean, the plants have to be able to survive the warm weather and the long, dry summers. The animals have to live in the Mediterranean cannot be animals who eat grass. The animals that the Mediterranean has to eat a variety of grass and plants, animals such as goats, sheep, lynx, and rabbits. We will be right back with the commercial break. The highland climate would be the second type of climate in Mars bar.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and
Hello, and welcome back to another great show of the news.
We are going to be talking about the highland climate with, once again, Taylor Peterson,
And Emily Parent.
and Mrs. Doomer is the best.
Thank you for sponsoring us.
And the amount of precipitation depends on the highland's elevation. Sometimes the area around the mountain is dry, but then the snow would cover the tops of the mountains.
The vegetation also depends on the elevation at the bottom of the mountain. The plants and the trees are just like the surrounding. Towards the top of the mountain, there are very few plants, but they have to be able to survive the cold.
Martians might have a tendency to shy away from the climate because of the cold and possibly severe cold, which would make it difficult to move in the thick clothing required, but also make it difficult to hunt and gather food at times.
See you after the commercial break.
You guys are going to be learning about the tropical wet climate, and I am Taylor Peterson.
And I am Emily Pinner.
And we are, thank you, Mrs. Doomer, for everything.
Anyways, the tropical wet climate is made up of different species of trees, the form of the unique ecosystem with different and unique plants and animals. The tropical wet climate is hot and rainy year-round, which provides clean water for the plants and animals to live. The plants provide shelter for the animals.
This climate also forces Martians to be ready for many different changes that can happen like a flip of a switch. A backpack would be essential to carry rain gear and change of clothes if getting wet was unavoidable. Fruit trees and roots would provide healthy foods for people, and the tropical wetland is very helpful for us. It would provide many jobs for scientists for discovering new exotic plants and animals, and it would provide new medicines and cure diseases or health issues. And that's a wrap for today. We will see you next time with government. Woo! Woo! The Argentina government would be the first option of government for Mars Bar.
Did you chop down this tree?
What's that?
Hey!
I think he did it.
And welcome back once again. We will be talking about Argentina's government.
I'm Emily.
And I am Taylor Peterson. And first of all, the government of Argentina, functioning within the framework of the federal system, is a presidential representative. Democratic republics, the president of Argentina is both head of state and head of government.
Executive power is exercised by the president, legislative power invested in both executive and national Congress. The judicial system is independent from the executive, and the legislative is one of the things that separates from Brazil is the strength of the judicial system.
And we will be back again with more government after the commercial break. The Brazilian government would be the second option of government for Mars Bar.
In a faraway land, there is a village filled with mysterious creatures who have lived happily for hundreds of years until today.
Hello, Smurfs.
Gargamel!
Hi, and welcome to another great broadcasting of the news. I hope your commercials were awesome.
We will be talking about the Brazilian government. I am Taylor Peterson.
And I am Emily Perry.
And first of all, the politics of Brazil take place in a framework of federal presidential representative democrat republic, whereby the president is both head of state and head of government. In a multi-party system, the political and administrative organism of Brazil compares to the federal government.
Despite the strong economic growth, the improvements across the social and economic indicators over the last decade are more than 16.2 million Brazilians. continue to live on less than $40 per month. According to the census data in June, the federal government launched the national plan to eliminate extreme poverty within 4 years. During the year, 7 ministers were forced to resign amid allegations of corporations involved misuse of public funds. Corruption is one of the hardest things to overcome in the continuous extreme third world countries.
And we'll be back after the best commercial break you've ever had with more government.
The Suriname government would be the third government from Mars Bar.
Scare floor.
How do I become a scarer?
I'm officially a college student.
Hi, and welcome to another great installment of the news.
We will be talking about Suriname's government, and I am Taylor Peterson.
I'm Ellen Merrick. And back to the news. Politics on Suriname takes place in a framework of preliminary representative democratic republic, whereby the president of Suriname is the head of government. In the multi-part system, executive power is exercised by the government.
The executive is self-interest for both government and the National Assembly. The judicial is independent for the executive and the legislature. The benefits of the system is that it seems to be a system that gives people the most control over the future. Suriname will be the government on Mars Bar.
Thank you for watching.
Dilma Rousseff will lead our country on Mars Bar.
Of Shrek.
We came to this farm for my favorite presidential tradition. Pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey.
Hi, and welcome to another great installment of the news.
We will be talking about Dilma Rousseff, who will be leading our country on Mars Bar.
Dilma Rousseff was the first female president of Brazil, promised to change the country's extreme poverty problem and move away from the corruptions from the past.
Dilma quotes, "We fought and participated in a dream to build a better Brazil. We learned a lot of nonsense, but that's not what characterizes us. What characterizes us is to have dared to want a better country."
The characteristics of a good leader would be smart and talented on what they do best. This would be a very good listener because they have to listen to many Martians.
And that's a wrap for today. We will see you next time on Education.
Ecuador schools would be modeling for Mars Bar.
Stop! Good God, man! You almost got the cheese touch.
The what?
The cheese touch. One day, a kid named Darren Walsh made the biggest mistake of his life.
Welcome back to Education. We will be talking about Ecuador today.
I'm Emily Parrott, and this is
Taylor Peterson. And Ecuador has 90% of the population at the age of 15 can read and write. Ecuador education is the community's priority in their country.
Children will begin school at the age of 6 years old. They will finish primary school at the age of 12. Then they will continue to middle school, which is 3 years of school. Then possible university college, which is 4 to 7 years of schooling, depending on what would you like to do.
Boys and girls will be attending the same public school. They will not be required to wear uniforms. The school day will consist of a daily education followed by art, music, physical education, and computer learning. I have decided to not add days on at the end of the school year. That will just be adding hours on as needed.
How is education in Ecuador funded by the government? Parents will be required to pay for school in the taxes.
And that's a wrap. We will see you next time on Historical Places.
Bye.
Christ Redeemer would be the first historical place on Mars Bar.
Come on, let's go. Wait! Come on, Blue, you can do it!
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it! I can't fly! Am I dead?
No, we're still alive!
From the creators of the Ice Age trilogy.
All right.
Hi, and welcome to another great installment of the news.
We will be talking about Christ the Redeemer, and I am Taylor Peterson.
I'm Emily Fair, and let's begin. Christ Redeemer is famous because it looks out over Guanabara Bay in Rio de Janeiro and the Sugarloaf Mountain in Brazil. The statue is supposed to be resembled of Jesus Christ.
It reflects the importance of Catholic faith. Millions of families worship. It's made up of reinforced concrete and soapstone. It took 9 years to build, and they finished in 1931.
Thank you for watching.
Canama National Park would be the second historical site for Mars Bar.
It's so beautiful.
Wow. Hey, look, a dog. Sheep. Uh-huh. Speak.
Hi there. My master made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel!
Welcome back. We will be talking about the Canama National Park today. I am Taylor Peterson.
I'm Emily Parent, and
We will begin. The Canama National Park is the second largest park in the country. It was established in 1962. It has the highest waterfall in the world at 1,002 meters high.
there are over 300 species of fauna coral that surrounds the park. About 65% of the park is occupied by plateaus of rocks called tibas. There's been even around 1 million years. There's a type of rock with a vertical side, almost flat top.
Easter Island would be the third physical feature on Mars Bar.
Welcome to another great broadcasting of the news.
We will be talking about Easter Island and all its greatest facts. Let's begin.
Easter Island is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean. Easter Island is famous for 877 monument statues. They are called Mauis. They were created by the early Napa reunion in 1955. It is the most inhabitable island in the world. Easter Island is connected to Chile. It is about 5,800 residents, and it is about 60% of the population are abnormal or Pa-Nuis. And we will be back for more historical places. Lima will be one of the cities on Mars Bar.
By my attitude that I most definitely from. Hey.
Of the news. Today we're going to be talking about cities.
Or at least one city. Lima is the capital city of Peru. It overlooks the Pacific Ocean. A number of large peaks surround the city. The 21st century has made glass skyscrapers and the finest district and new architecture and real estate. Lima holds the biggest water fountain complex known as the Magical Circuit Fountain. Next time, see us for the economics. The Brazil country will be modeling their economy for Mars Bar. Welcome back to Economies in Brazil. I will be talking today since my assistant is gone.
I am Taylor Peterson, and we will be starting. Brazil is the 7th best economy in the world. Some jobs that would be in Mars Bar would be teachers. We would have to take the teachers from Ecuador to teach all the children. A second job in Ecuador would be the doctors from Mexico. They would have many amazing doctors because of all the tourism. They need to be able to help different people. We would take the Venezuela oil drillers because the largest South American producer of oil. Colombia is the standard living. It has a growth every year from the past few years. The experience has gone up dramatically, and the security has improved too. Thank you for watching, and now you will see Emily with the geography.
The Caribbean Sea is located where the A is. The Galapagos are located on A, B, or C. The Amazon rainforest is located on letter A. Andes Mountains are located up the Pacific coast. Christ Redeemer is where the A is. Panama National Park is located on the A. Easter Island is located on the A. The city of Lima is on the A.
Head in the game, head in the game. My name is Turbo. I just wanted to go a little faster.